Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me in today's video. I've wanted to do one of these assumptions videos for a while now, but I didn't know what topic to do it on. And I don't know if you guys care about me that much to do a whole assumptions video on just myself, so I thought I would bring in the University of York and see if we could like merge the two kind of video ideas. So I asked you lot on Instagram for some assumptions based on the University of York or just university in general, and you came up with some great ideas. To be involved in one of my future videos, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram at faye.youtube. Don't forget to like the video and let's begin. So some University of York assumptions. The first one we have is there's no nightlife. Now I got this one quite a few times. I would say that York is lacking in nightlife in comparison to like Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds University. However, to say no nightlife is wrong because there is nightlife, and every time I go out I have like a great time, so I never feel like, oh, I wish I'd have gone to like Leeds and had a better nightlife. So during our first year there was like loads of rumours that different places were closing down, but what we were able to go to in the first year were Cuda and Salvo's as the two main clubs, and then there are some sort of like smaller clubs which are Society and Flares. The one that I go in most of the time and is most popular is definitely Salvo's, Salvation. It's got two floors of music, one being like your normal pop sort of, sometimes some cheesy hits, and then upstairs there's like R&B, so it does have quite a nice mixture of music and it's always like packed. And I think like Salvo's is great, like we love Salvo's, there's nothing wrong with Salvo's, it's great. And then Cuda has like a few different floors as well. I've not been to that one as much. And then the two smaller ones are Society, which is like, I don't know, there's like tables and stuff so you can sit down, but there's a little dance floor as well which sometimes gets proper packed. Like sometimes we go into that before we go to the main one. And then Flares is your cheesy hits, like I just do not like that at all. Mamma Mia, all that kind of thing. I don't really know any of it. No, I do know some of it, but I just don't like it. It's not my favourite thing, and unfortunately the football team love it, so I get dragged out all the time. But yeah, there's definitely nightlife at York. There's loads of bars, wine places, like different places that you can go, and we are never disappointed. Apparently everyone who lives in Halifax are just from Clearing. I'm not 100% sure about this, so I'm just going to quickly ask my friend that's at Halifax. So my friend said that because Halifax has a lot of free spaces normally, a lot of people that get into York from Clearing go and live in Halifax. So I hope that helps. Someone else has said it's boring. I don't find my uni boring. I think because it's in like such a nice little city and it's like peaceful, more touristy, people think it's like boring. I don't know if they're referring to the nightlife, but I like it. I've always got something to do. There's loads that going on in the town, in the city, and I do like the nightlife, so I don't find it boring at all. Millie. The next thing that I've got is everyone is posh. Now at the University of York in general I wouldn't say that everyone is posh at all. No, I think there's a real mix of people, come from all different areas of the country, just a huge variety. So no, not everyone is posh. The next assumption is based on my college, which is Constantine. Constantine is full of posh people. Constantine is the college that I think is the most expensive. You get an ensuite and a double bed, and I got weekly college meals with my package. It came to £195 a week, which luckily the student loan covered, but it is definitely one of the most expensive accommodations that I've come across, even with friends at different universities. So I think there is a stigma that will accommodate to people that are more wealthy, and people maybe that are more wealthy are seen to be more posh. I don't find myself posh, and I was at Constantine. I've got friends there that, you know, I don't call them posh, I don't think they're posh, and they were there. So I do still think there's a huge variety of people, but with it being the most expensive college, perhaps there are more posh people than other colleges. Next assumption is you regret picking uni of York. Oh, I don't regret it at all. My only little thing that I'm sort of like, well, I'm sure I'm over it now, but I was quite homesick in my first term, so I think at that time I was like, why didn't I go somewhere closer to home? But I love York, I absolutely adore the city, and I'm definitely going to be exploring it more when I go back in my second year because I've missed it being at home. And when I went to collect all my uni stuff from my room the other day, I loved being back in York. It's just got such a lovely feel, there's so much to do in the city, and yeah, I definitely don't regret picking that university. It's also a great university to study at. Next assumption is there's a gym on campus. Yes, there is. There's one. I'm pretty sure there's one on both campuses. I'm on campus east, and there was one like 10-minute, 5-minute walk. It is like on campus, but it's a little bit away from all the accommodation. And I play football there, and we have our training there, and there is a gym and a swimming pool. Like, I'm pretty sure you can get like a membership. I just never did because I didn't have time. But a lot of my friends do use the gym, so yeah, there is a gym. Next assumption, it's hard to make friends. University provides so many different ways that you can make friends, whether that's like your flatmates, which I think a lot of people get really close to early on, and they are just sort of like immediate friends. You've got your course friends, which you'll do lectures with, and then within like your course you often get put into smaller groups for seminars or tutorials, and you can make friends that way. There's also a bunch of societies for you to make friends, and like clubs like sports. I play football and a lot of my friends are from my football team. Then I've made friends like through mutual friends, and it just grows like that. I really don't think that it's hard to make friends. There's so many opportunities, and I think as long as you're like willing to, you know, make an effort with new people, then you will definitely find yourself some friends. The next assumption is it's hard to get into uni. I've always said that there's like a uni out there for everyone, and like everyone that I know that wanted to get into uni like got into uni, even if that was through clearing in the end if they didn't get the results they wanted. But I honestly think that whatever grades, whatever you want to do, there is going to be somewhere for you, and you just need to research it. Next assumption, you don't take part in any societies other than football because you're too busy. That is true. I'm actually not part of any society. I think I'm part of the Biomed Society, but they did one thing and I couldn't make it, so I haven't even been to anything that they did. There are so many societies to choose from though, and I do want to like get involved more. I want to do like DJing or something. I like music, so that is on my like to-do list. It's just fitting it in, because with the football for the uni team, we train twice a week and we play once a week, so that's 3 nights / days gone, so it's kind of hard to fit more in. Next assumption is about university in general. It didn't live up to your expectations. I think I didn't like inform or like research university enough. I think I didn't really know what to expect because I didn't know many people on a personal level that had been to university that I could ask. So for me, I was sort of like basing university off, you know, what you see in movies, like parties every night, like all these friends that just you become best friends straight away. So in that sense, I would say that it didn't live up to my expectations, but that's just because my expectations weren't realistic. Like, I really want to get across that you've got to be real about university, and it's such a big change. I was not expecting to feel homesick, for example. Like, you have to cook yourself, you have to make your new friends, you do your washing yourself, and it was just something I hadn't mentally prepared for that. So in that way, like, it was a bit of a shock to me, but it's lived up to expectations in like the studying, and it's just as good as I expected. I have made friends, but I maybe thought that I would make them straight away and I would find the perfect group, and that wasn't the case. So that's how it differs to what I expected, but that's not in a bad way at all. Like, I still made friends. I think it just takes a little bit longer than I did think it would. Next assumption is it's hard to stay on top of your work. I haven't found it hard, actually saying that. I didn't do the greatest in my exams, but again, I was a bit homesick and I didn't really want to revise because I was like, oh, I just want to be at home, and I was like crying. But in first year, because it doesn't really count, like all our exams got cancelled because of coronavirus, I don't think it's hard to stay on top of work in first year, because they do want you to settle in and they give you like enough time, and you can always ask for maybe an extension on a deadline if you were struggling. I think if you like manage your time and are well enough and don't plan too many things, but you can still have a great time, I'm sure it's fine to get all the work done that you want. Next assumption is from my friend Lucy: you can't wait to live with your best mate. Yeah, can't wait. Next assumption, I think, for general university is you constantly have no money. This is like a tough one. I think it will depend, because everyone gets sort of different amount of loan. I found it like in a very sad way very fun to budget. I got the Monzo app, and then I put aside money every week and did my weekly shop and tried to keep it to like a budget, and I ended up saving some of my loan. So there is help there for you if you do find that there is that you've got no money, but I personally didn't find that I had constantly no money. Next assumption is it's a city campus. No, York is just like a normal campus, and you study on campus and you live on campus. Next assumption is York has ugly buildings. Now, I think the university is gorgeous. Like, I really like the campus and I like walking through it and stuff, and on East Campus it's quite new, and there's no like ugly buildings there. It is nice. On West, I know what you mean about ugly buildings. There are just some older fashioned buildings, but there's a massive like lake running through and there's loads of trees and ducks that I think it just sort of makes you able to look past some of the uglier buildings, but like not all of them are ugly. So I would say there was a few. I think Derwent is known to be like ugly. It's not that bad, and there's like grass all around it, so I think it makes up for it. So that is it. Give the video a thumbs up if you found out something new about university or the Uni of York. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if there's any videos you'd like me to do in the future about university or about anything. I'm open to a lot of ideas because I've run out. But thanks for watching. I will see you soon with another video. Bye!